Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make a pot of chicken acne using your InstaPot. This is what you need to do. 2 large onions peeled and diced, 2 large potatoes peeled and quartered. In terms of spices, you will need a half a heaped teaspoon of body, 2 heaped teaspoons of masala mix. I've used Prashad's Kashmiri masala mix. In terms of whole spices, you will need stick cinnamon, 3 cloves and 4 cardamom pods. You will also need some sunflower oil. I've used about maybe 3 to 4 tablespoons worth to saute your onions in, as well as about a teaspoon or teaspoon and a half of salt. I tend to add that towards the end, so I'll show you when I add that. I don't add it when I add the rest of the spices. 2 cups of basmati rice, about 2 tablespoons of yogurt, and about 8 pieces of chicken. You're welcome to use whichever pieces you want. Okay, the next step is to place the saute function over there, and you'll also notice it's got 3 options. It's got less, normal and more. So if you press the saute function again, it'll go to more, and if you press it again, it'll go to less. So it will toggle between those 3 options. I'm putting it on more because I kind of want it to sizzle very quickly, and in here I've got my onions with about 3-4 tablespoons of oil, and that's just going to braise a little bit and saute. Once your onions have braised for about 5 minutes and they've become translucent, you can go ahead and start adding your spices. Once it's been braising for another minute or 2, you're going to add your chicken pieces. At this point, I also just add about 2 heaped tablespoons of yogurt. I'm using a full cream yogurt here, but I've done it with low fat, dairy, anything. This just adds another layer of flavor and a little bit of gravy, I guess. After cooking your chicken for a few minutes, it doesn't have to be cooked through anything. You just kind of want to make sure that the chicken is all developed in that sauce that you've made. You're going to add your potatoes. You're going to give that a stir. At this point, I'll add about a heaped teaspoon of salt. Finally, I'm going to add 2 cups of rinsed rice. If you're making 2 cups of rice, you're going to have to add 4 cups of water. This will cover almost everything. Your pot of food should look something like this. Most of the chicken should be submerged, the rice should be covered by the water, and you'll have a thin layer of oil on top. Make sure that the seal is properly placed in the pot to ensure that when the pressure builds, there is no air that will escape. When you put the lid on, it'll do this lid thing where it'll flash lid. You're going to need to turn it so that it's locked in. When it's locked in, it'll go back to on and normal. It's still on saute. On the top of the lid, you've got this little toggle. You've either got an option of venting or sealing. Make sure that it's in sealing. If it's in venting, it's going to let out all the steam. Now the next step is to cancel, and it'll say off. And then you're going to go to pressure cooker, which is over here, and you're going to press pressure cook. Again, it'll go to less, normal or more. You're going to press again because you want to go to more, but the timer goes to 45 minutes, and that is way too long. So we're going to decrease it to about 15 minutes. If anybody knows how to do it in a quicker way than manually doing this, let me know. 15 minutes. You leave it. You don't do anything. You wait, and it's almost like it's going to take your being quiet and not doing anything as, well, this is what you want. And it goes on. At this point, what is going to happen is the pressure cooker it will first need to build some pressure. At this stage, you don't have to do anything. What's going to happen is the pressure is going to build. I'm going to show you next when the pressure is built, and you'll hear another beeping sound to say that it's actually going to start cooking. It took about 10 minutes for this pot's pressure to build, and now you'll see that the timer will start. As you can see, the timer has gone off. You'll hear a big beeping sound, and you'll see a screen like this. It'll be on the keep warm option that automatically gets selected, and the pressure cooker's off, and it has just these random numbers. So the next thing to check is the seal. Be careful over here. So what you're going to see is I've waited 15 minutes after the timer went off, so I wanted it to sort of decompress on its own. But if you press the, so what I do is I gently touch the ceiling, turn it over to venting, and I put a cloth over it so it doesn't steam too much, and this shouldn't go on for too long. So over here your instructions, and it has number 5 says float valve up, do not open lid, float valve down, safe to open lid. So let me just show you what that is. Over there you can see it's up at the moment because there's still steam in there and it's still slowly coming out. I'll show you what it looks like when it's down. It's actually slowly going down over there, and you can see over there that the button has gone down because the steam is released, and you can see it's not venting so much anymore, which means it's fine to go ahead and open this. You can see it's quite down. So I want to show you what it looks like when you open it. You just twist it and you lift it up, and there is your food all done. You can see that the rice is cooked quite soft. Some people don't like it this soft, in which point I would say maybe you can even cook it for 12 minutes, but I like it quite soft, and the water is evaporated. There's a little bit of oil over here, that's all that you're seeing, but all the water would have been absorbed. There you have it. Akni cooked in the InstaPot. Everything is super soft. And I'm just serving it with some yogurt and with some mango acha. Hope you enjoy.